Hello everybody, this is Ember here, or Ember Power more so to speak, and today I'm bringing you the mighty Garchomp. Now, this is a pretty good deck in my opinion, but has some flaws in consistency, and generally can lose quite a lot of matches due to the fact that it can be a hard deck to perfect. I think the space is often quite tight, as I'm about to show you. But I feel with recent sets it's worth revisiting, because it got a boost from cards such as Diancie, and more importantly a fighting type Garchomp, so you can now hit for weakness on something such as a Zoroark, which is very helpful. So now you can actually max out at 250 damage, so with a Choice Band and a Princess Cheers, you can max out at 250, so you can potentially one-hit KO a Metagross if you get the chance. Metagross GX line. But basically, I think it is worth considering for a new top tier deck. It does have access to obviously the fighting type Gibble, which also means that you can now utilize Brickler Hill Ball. So just getting to the list, it seems pretty standard at first, but there is a few changes I would like to address on just anything general and cards to consider cutting or maybe adding, and then I'll maybe later talk about potentially good matchups and matchups which aren't as good. So obviously the consistency can sometimes let you down because you only have a 1 of certain things. So 1 Prism Star, you know, that's normal. Most lists and literally all lists only can have really 1 Prism Star to utilize them. But having 1 Buzzwole is a little bit awkward. I just like it round really. It's nice if we have to basically waste a turn because we don't want to sacrifice our Riolu or Gibble sometimes. We just have to give them a Buzzwole, and obviously Diancie can't be resurrected once she hits the lost zone, so we have to be careful about that. But it is Sledgehammer, it's quite nice. It was a little bit lacking in Buzzrock just for a single reason, the fact that they could basically go down to 3 prize cards. They could maybe take out a regular Pokemon, go down to 5 prize cards, and then go for the GX. So, but Sledgehammer is much better in this sort of deck because you are literally running all non-GX Pokemon. So what you can do basically is lose 2 Garchomps or a Riolu to start with, and then a Garchomp, and then come in with Buzzwole and hopefully finish something off for 120. And obviously that can benefit from Diancie, so 120 can become 140, 140 can become 170 with a Choice Band, so obviously it does stack up pretty quickly. Plus there is a little bit of synergy with Roar Blades in there as well, so that's nice. Basically the rest of the deck is pretty straightforward. 3 Riolu, 2 Lucario, 1, well this is actually the same Lucario, my bad. I thought it was Lucario GX for a second. Lucario GX is a card you can consider, but for now I will just be sticking with basically regular Lucario. Just to remind you, if you don't know what Lucario GX does, it when you evolve up from Riolu, it does 90 more damage. So obviously with Diancie that's very strong. So if for example you maybe miss the rare Candy Garchomp play and then you have to just use Lucario GX, it's an option. Then you have Aura Strike, you can maybe take a KO with that, and then once he gets wounded enough, so you can basically just poke them really with Aura Strike. I should point that out first. You can just poke them for 30 continually after turn with Diancie and Choice Band. It does sort of just add up really and helps you get KOs on potential GXs. And you have got 210 HP, so you're not likely to be one-shotted by things that aren't a Dormwings and Grozma, for example, who can hit for weakness. And Cantankerous Beatdown, when you get wounded enough, does 30 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So once he gets hurt enough, you can use Cantankerous Beatdown, your GX attack, and then take 2 prize cards, and then the game is obviously a lot more easier for you. So that's why I like Lucario GX, but for now I don't think it's needed. And we are obviously running the fighting type Garchomp, as I explained for reasons beforehand. There is a card coming out under the name of Altaria, which if I just access quickly, I don't think it won't be on here, I would have thought, but Altaria show not owned. Maybe it's just a legacy then. There we go. So this Altaria is coming out in Dragon Mastery. It has a slightly different attack and I think slightly different HP. But it basically enables your Dragon types to do 20 extra damage. So I think this particular build will be one more good, especially with cards like Mysterious Treasure adding a bit more consistency. So you can remove these cards, for example, and run Altaria instead. I think that'll be worth looking at. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the trainer cards. So first out, we've sort of got Order Pad. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're going ahead, set your deck for an item card. I like this because we can potentially Order Pad for a Rare Candy. Obviously, we can't play Skylar anymore because that rotated. So Order Pad for Rare Candy is nice, or if we don't have Pal Pad in hand and we've realised we prized all our Cynthia and 3 are in the discard pile, we can potentially Order Pad for Pal Pad, or Order Pad for Pokemon Catcher, Order Pad for Timer Ball, Order Pad for Rescue Stretcher even, and even Order Pad for a tool. So it is pretty useful. I am still a little bit divided though. As a good friend pointed out, there is obviously lacking consistency in there if it's a coin flip. But then again, it would be broken if it was just such a deck for item card. So we will have to see if it's worth it in the long run. Obviously, forgot to mention previously, there's 3 nest balls in here. You can cut this to 2, but I wouldn't recommend it. If anything, I would add a 4th one, and maybe cut the Brooker Hill. But the Brooker Hill is here because I didn't feel like 4 nest balls, no Brooker Hill was the right way to go, because Brooker Hill is every turn. Plus it can replace an opponent's stadium, because we're not running Field Blower. And Nest Ball is also an item, so there is that to worry about if you're against a Garbodor, for example. I have been seeing a little bit of a rise play on the ladder recently, I've noticed that. So, but honestly, moving on a little bit, Pal Pad, you could run 2 of these if you wanted to. I've certainly seen a lot of Garchomp on this that do run 2. It is worth considering running an extra one, but for now, just having 1 Pal Pad's alright. We aren't running many discard cards. In fact, we are running no discard cards, if I'm correct. So we don't have to worry about discarding Pal Pad. That's why it's only 1 off. Plus we can get it out with Lucario, so we can afford to get it out. So Pokemon Catcher. Pokemon Catcher was an interesting choice. I don't think it'll show up on this menu here. No, it didn't. But there is Counter Catcher, which apparently is the better choice. I do like Counter Catcher, but if you are losing on prizes, like if you're winning essentially and you need to draw into a certain card to take another KO, then Counter Catcher is a bit clunky in that sense, because you can't really discard it with any other cards. But Pokemon Catcher is just nice if you want to thin out your deck, or you want to bring up GX, for example, because you cannot Guzma and Cynthia in the same turn. So that was one of the problems it had, was when I was running Guzma, I obviously figured out pretty quickly that I couldn't Guzma and Royal Blades. Now naturally, it's a bit more forgiving now that we have Diancie to replace Strong Energy, essentially. But it is still pretty hard, so that's why Guzma is not even included in this deck. I don't think it's needed. You can say otherwise if you want, feel free to. Highest retreat cost we do have is 2, and obviously they are options. You know, this is a fairly budget deck, so if you can't get a hold of the Diancie, for example, then that's not really a problem. It was a little while before I got hold of mine. And of course Buzzwole is still pretty popular, but thank goodness I managed to pack them. Moving on a little bit, 3 rare candies, you can move to 4 if you want, that's not a problem. I wouldn't run any less than 3 though, that's just worth considering. There is alternatives, so there's Energy Recycle System, I think it's called, the one that allows you to put energy from your discard pile or shuffle 3 in. That's probably a better one-off than running 7 basic fighting energy, but it is honestly up to you. Another card I really like is Timer Ball. Flip a coin, flip 2 coins for each head, set your deck for an evolution Pokemon. This has saved me in a couple of games, and obviously Ultra Ball's a bit risky because this is a very, shall we say, fragile list. There's lots of minute counts of things, so you don't want to be having to ultra ball your own pal pad and Diancie away. You do want timeable. There was only 2 of them though, and it is a coin flip, so if you could find something to cut out here or something that you don't have, you could add a 3rd one. Moving on, Brooker Hill. Brooker Hill I really like in this deck. I think it's pretty strong. Just being able to search out basically any one of your basics and put it on your bench is obviously good. Another stadium I did consider but didn't get around to testing a lot was not Devoured Field. Well, Devoured Field is actually an option. If you don't have Brooker Hill, then Devoured Field's probably suitable. But apart from Devoured Field, it was Shrine of Punishment, because putting 10 damage between turns means you can hit the numbers very quickly, very easily. But Shrine of Punishment is only really strong if there's multiple in the deck, and we only have space for 1 Brooker Hill at the moment. So 2 Copycat, pretty standard staple at the moment. 4 City, really strong. 3 Tantalizer, so this might stir up some conversation. If you think the 3 Copycat over 3 Tantalizer is sufficient, then feel free to go for that. But I honestly prefer just running Tantalizer, because it's basically a switch option as well, so we don't have to run, for example, 1 copy switch. It's 3 draw supporters. It's either shuffle and draw 5, or it's a switch, so I really like that. We are running 2 Escape Board. I used to run 3 in my original list, but I got chopped down to 2 to favour for another fighting energy. So, Escape Board, everything means that basically Lucario, who has 1 retreat, has 3 retreat now. Gibble has 3 retreat. Well, Gibble and Goodbye, basically. The only one that doesn't is Diancie and Buzzwole. But you can just slap fighting energy on and attach an Escape Board and retreat. So, maybe something like Escape Rope would be better as opposed to that. So 4 DCs make your attachments a lot easier. Fighting energy, yeah, I suppose it's alright. One thing I will point out, if you're playing this list in Expanded, it's not a terrible idea to attack with either Lucario now and then, if you realise you can't get your Garchomp up quick enough because you've prized a bunch of Gibble, or you've playing Ultra Ball and you discarded a few Goodbye and you can't get your red candies out. Then attacking with Lucario isn't a terrible idea, since you can actually swing for a decent 120, I think, if I did that correctly. Yeah, 120 with a Choice Band and Diancie, and that's honestly pretty good. I think that's a pretty strong combination. Naturally, there is quite a fair amount of choices you could make and what not to cut. But I think we'll try 1 game with this. I don't think I have enough time to play multiple games, but I'll be showcasing this off in the future. I do like Garchomp. I think there's a lot more potential for it now, but we'll just have to wait and see, because I don't know if it will be alright. There we go. I've been playing all day and I only have 2, well, not 2 wins, but around 13 wins. It's not particularly good. So we're against a water colorless dark psychic deck. I am not sure what that could be. Okay, hopefully it doesn't do that again. So Beastie Hong is calling the coin flip. Hopefully we get the coin flip though. Okay, good. So go first. Even if you are playing Ascension Gibble, you still want to go first. So you can always try and guarantee that turn 2 Goodbye. Okay, so pretty straightforward hand. Obviously not going to promote Diancie. I would like a Riolu though. That would be quite nice for Lucario. If we think they're playing Lele, then we really can't afford to touch an energy, because they could just return chaos with their... I forgot that attack side road, I think. It's like they're playing a Greninja deck. It's probably what a lot of Greninja players chose to do after Greninja sadly rotated. Ooh, okay. That's slightly more forgiving. I don't think we're in danger of being knocked out, unless he does skateboard, Lele, DC. But I think we're fine. I hope we're fine. I'm not going to bench Diancie because I don't want him to Guzma it up or do something about that. Because it is kind of a pain to get out the active. So we use it basically when we have to use it. It's not really essential. In hindsight, if he had missed a basic, I probably could have won if I'd managed to get the choreo out, but never mind. At least if this Gibble survives, we can guarantee a Garchomp. Okay, so that looks like a Glaceon GX. At least we can one-hit KO that with Raw Blades and Cynthia. So we want to evolve here. Question is, where do we put the energy? I know this seems a bit weird, but I might put the fighting energy on Lucario. Make it look like maybe we don't have a DC. And we're not benched Diancie. Okay, so quickly see what might be in our prizes. Okay. 2 time balls a prize. That's a bit annoying. No Cynthia though. That's good. 1 time ball, 2 choice band, and a whole load of fighting energy. Actually, 1 fighting energy. Okay. It was just 1 choice band actually. Believe me. I mean, if he doesn't evolve this, we could potentially Pokemon Catcher. DC, Cynthia knockout. Zoroark, Glaceon, Zoroark, Glaceon, Greninja. Okay. Yeah, this looks to be pretty good. Problem is now we are... Okay. You don't want your Eevee, your Brokey to die. Problem with Brooker Hill is he can just get himself basically whatever he wants, but I would rather... Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to go for the setup option, because he's obviously slightly bricking. He probably has a Zoroark in hand, otherwise he wouldn't attach a DC there. I don't think. Got ourselves another Gibble. And I don't think we even get Cynthia. I think we can survive a 1-hit KO. I mean, 140 health, surely. I'm being a bit risky here, but... I'm going to take Lizer, I think. Choice band here, see if they feel below these two. It's probably the case, but I don't really want them to have it as well, so maybe they get greedy with the field blower and don't use the Brook, but I doubt that. So there's our other Pokemon Catcher. Should I risk it though? See, I feel I'm being a bit stupid if I do, but it seems too much of an opportunity to miss. Pokemon Catcher, both of them failed. That sucks. Phew, that was close. Yes, indeed it was. Maybe I should have just used Quick Dive on Zoroark. Maybe that would have been a better choice. But we have Timer Ball to try and grab our Gabite and other Lucario. Actually, I would look to our other Lucario in this situation as well. I mean, oh, we got a Lily. That's not good. One of the reasons why we don't run Field Blower is because we don't really want to remove anything that's potentially a threat. So, before rotation, Parallel was quite annoying, but it's not really. I mean, you don't run any GXs. If you can run Lily if you want to. So you don't need to remove choice bands. So it's better they have choice bands on it and not ways of retreating. You might actually get a KO here, which is highly annoying. Looks like it's going to guarantee it as well. That sucks. he does get a KO, we'll be in a pretty tough position, but at least we have the Kari as a backup attacker. I think the choice we have next turn is, do we shuffle back 3 Pokemon, or do we just get the 2? Or the 1 rather. Okay, so he's Lele. Getting your supporter for next turn. Not sure. Pretty sure you played Lily. Pretty sure. Okay, you did. But they're gonna get a Glaceon. Okay. That is a little bit annoying, being able to potentially take out multiple KOs. Oh, we survived that. I didn't think we would survive that, actually. My bad. I'm the worst at maths, I apologize. Longer Bite and Dag. So how many red candies? Okay, all 3. That's good. We can time a ball. Okay. We want the goodbye, really. I mean, statistically, there's more chance of running into red candy Garchomp, so yeah, I think we do this. And then we use 1. Okay, there is a good way of doing this. We don't want another Garchomp line, that's not essential right now. We do want one of our abysmally short amount of fighting energies in here. So I could go there. I think we Cynthia. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna Cynthia first, and then see what we draw. Okay. It's pretty dead, but I think we've already been 2 Cynthias. Okay, just the 1. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get the goodbye. We are in a rough position though when this dies because we have no Garchomp. But hopefully we can just rescue Stretcher actually, it's not bad. So this is why the fighting type Garchomp is slightly better. A Gibble and a Fighting Energy. They were nice prizes, but I don't think we'll need any more Gibble in this match. The time it takes to power up a Garchomp and set up more Gibble, it just doesn't add up. And we can one-hit kill this as well. Problem is now they can soften up one of our bench using Polar Spirit rather. Is it Frost Bullet? Frost Bullet rather. So they can take a KO and then put 30 on this goodbye, I would presume. Okay, this switch. I actually forgot they can kill me with Greninja. That is a point. Yeah, that is a problem. Time a ball, you let me down. They have no way of getting that out of the active. Unless they have Greninja. Unless they have Greninja and they're just playing with me. You know what, I think we promote this. Just grab the Garchomp. Their prizes. To evolve here, I'm going to try and get the Choice Band KO. The Eevee comes down. There's the Greninja. So why does he want the 3 damage though? That is the question. He's gonna go for the Gibble. Okay. Suppose he just needs 1 more Ninja, and then the Gibble's sniped. And it's Greninja Break all over again. Horrible, horrible deck. I can't criticize people for playing it though. Pretty risky maneuver, doing doing that, but that was a good top deck. Thank goodness we top decked that, actually. I don't think we threw the card. Honestly, that's a bit overkill. Wow, okay. Yeah, this hand is pretty ridiculous. I think we're going to Aura or Cynthia. I've already played NG, okay. Already played NG. Do we want to shuffle in? I don't really want the Gibble in there, though. You know what, I think we wait. I don't think it's essential. Okay. Fireball, see if we can get heads. Okay. Grab one Garchomp here and we're candy it up. I'm going to take another 2 prize cards this turn, which is really good. Hopefully I haven't done any stupid maths wrong. But I'm pretty sure we get the KO this turn. Can actually grab something. Yeah. Maybe Power Pad, I guess. One, two, six, back in. Nope. There we go. And then we just retreat. Manual retreat, and then Garchomp KO. Not quick dive. Ew. No 50 HP for Oki, so there won't be quick dive for the win, which is a shame. This will be interesting. Victory. Yeah. Okay, so there's the power of Garchomp, eating somewhat full Greninja deck. We got some tokens, and I got another win on the ladder. Okay, 20 tokens. I want to see what kind of deck he was playing. Props to this guy, though, for trying out everything and anything. Wow. Okay. That looks actually pretty solid. Yeah, that game could have been a bit more tense if we hadn't top decked that Garchomp a few turns ago. But it is nice to see that I got something else. Another reward. Okay, 2 chests. That's nice. I might just open them now, actually, and then I'll end the video. What is that? I did not see that. I think it must be maintenance for something. Hopefully it opens up the trade lock ones. I've actually forgotten which order it does them in. Hollow Enhanced Hammer. I'm not going to say no to that. I'm not going to say no to that. And a Galele. What do you do? I'm always on the lookout for random decks. Spoken has any damage counts on it. Types 80 more damage. Wow. That could be pretty strong with Aqua Patch, but then counter NG, but I feel it might be a little inconsistent since it's 3 water NG. You know, it's not for water in DC. But if that had been for like a counter NG or something, that would be nuts good. We'll leave that for trade. And yeah, I think I'll end the video here. This has been Ember Power. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe, or comment. I always want to hear what you have to say about the deck. So yeah, until I see you next time, goodbye.